Hello, Tauruses, and welcome back to Deku Tarot and to your January 2020 reading. So, Tauruses, this is for Taurus Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. I am sorry that it took so long to get to this. I've been away, I've been traveling, I've had a lot going on, and your actual 2020 yearly reading is already up, so definitely check that out if you haven't. Really important to check that out in terms of the astrology for the year ahead. It's all specifically in terms of astrology just for you, how it'll be affecting specifically you and your sign. So I recommend checking that out for your sun, moon, and rising, but especially if you're a Taurus sun, check out your yearly read. Really big stuff there. There's no messing around with astrology this year. It's big. It's really important. And I also pulled a card for each month and an overall year card, and we went through all of them. So definitely go check out your yearly read. And if you guys haven't, make sure to subscribe. I do appreciate it. And if you share the video to somebody that you think it could help, I really do appreciate that as well. Thank you so much, guys, for all of your support, really. So let's get into this, Taurus. Let's talk about the astrology. The sun is in Capricorn in your 9th house. I believe that's your 9th house, yes. So we got a lot of 9th house stuff going on, which is about travel. It's really about, higher learning, philosophy of life. It's very Jupiterian ruled, and we have Capricorn in that sign for the next year. So I really do feel like travel, learning, that kind of life expansion in terms of learning and, again, where you want to live, traveling is all going to be really important for you. But again, we have that conjunction there on the 12th, and actually right before it, and let me talk about that for a second, then we'll talk a little bit about the sorry, actually, I skipped ahead a couple things here. On the 4th, we have Mars moving into Sagittarius, which is your 8th house there of death, rebirth, all that crazy stuff, meeting needs, life secrets, joint resources, all that stuff. So we have that going on the 4th, Mars moving into Sag. On the 10th, we have the lunar eclipse in the Cancer full moon. I feel like I always say it backwards, but I did just do a video on that where I pulled a card for each sign. Sorry, I'm just moving the heating pad because I'm actually really cold. But yeah, so we have that going on the 10th. Definitely check out the video for that. That'll be pretty important for you guys, and that is going to be in your 3rd house / 9th house. So it's going to be a really interesting interaction there. So check that out. On the 12th of December, like I was just starting to mention, I skipped ahead there. We have that Saturn-Pluto conjunction. And again, it's going to be really focused because we have all this 9th house stuff, the sun in the 9th house. We have, this 9th house Saturn-Pluto conjunction happening. And it's really going to have you, again, looking at your travel situations, looking at, what these goals you want to create there, your big goals. If you're really willing to put in the effort and work to transform these things and to make them happen, they will happen. But it's not going to just, just give it to you. You have to put in that effort because it is Capricorn. We also are going to be really focusing on taking back our power and taking our power in situations here, not being a victim. Really looking at things from new perspectives. Where do you feel empowered? And what makes you feel empowered? Do you want to move somewhere? Do you want to travel? Do you want to do something? What makes you feel good in those ways, and why? And what do you want to do with it? Maybe it's learning new perspectives, learning something new, taking on new courses of study. It's going to have you cutting back on commitments and responsibilities that are no longer appropriate and only hold you back. You're going to be focusing a lot more on what your priorities really are moving forward here, especially, again, in these 9th house realms. December 13th, 14th, we have Venus moving into Pisces in your, what is that? 11th house there, in your 11th house of communications, communities, all that kind of stuff there, friendships, associations. And on the 16th, 17th, we have Mercury moving into Aquarius, and that is going to be in your 10th house there of career, of money, of prestige, your reputation there. And we also have the sun moving into Aquarius on the 20th, 21st. 24th, we have a new moon in Aquarius again, same house there. So it's going to be all about really our financial situations, our career in relation to that. And I do feel like there's going to be a lot of heightened financial and career stuff happening towards the end of January here. So let's check out how this month plays out for you, okay? Let's pull a card for you, and then we'll pull a few more. We're using the Muka deck here, the Alphonse Muka deck, given to me by my lovely friend Riley. So thank you, Riley. He gave it to me as a Christmas gift. I'm loving it. Let's check it out. Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. January 2020. Okay, can we get one card? That'd be great. Sorry, it's like 5 cards just came out, and I just want one. Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Just one upright would be great. Oh, perfect, guys. Oh, it's not upright, but it kind of flipped itself that way, so we're going to take it, actually. What's happening this January 2020 for you guys? Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Significant changes, things happening that they need to know about. For the rest of January 2020. Oh, I knew she was coming out. I knew it. And I thought she was going to be your first card out. But there's sometimes where you just know that something is popping right out. Oof, why do I want you so... Oh, this is the month. I have to say, guys, for the Tauruses I've been reading for, and even for myself, the Empress has been coming out a lot, and yeah, she's right here and you're reading it. Oh my god, that was the first card that came out in a bundle, and I knew she was coming back out again too. This is a great month for you. Yeah. Okay, I feel like you guys have been through so much in this past year or so, trying to adjust to Uranus and Taurus, and it has been uncomfortable. I know this. I read for mostly Tauruses, and I don't even know why that is. It's crazy. But thank you guys again for all of your support. Your energy here, 6 of Wands. That is my winner card. You know, this is winner, winner, winner. God, what's the song I always think of with this? It's like, sweet, sweet, sweet victory. Yeah, it's like that. That is the feeling of this. It just feels like sweet victory. And you guys just actually got to hear me sing terribly for a second. So, congrats on that one. But it's just really triumphant realization you have of goals. You've overcome that the 5 of Wands, which has been just difficulties. You have, overcome them. You have triumphed. It's a sense of triumph. Here it's like realizing our hopes, our desires, our goals, and starting to really move forward and see progression, success, people being like, yeah, Taurus, you got it. 6s to me are the indication that you are on the right path forward. So if you're wondering, am I in the right path? Am I going crazy? What's happening here? Know that you're going in the right direction. Just stop questioning it so much. Things might be really confusing. I did see some 7s, flitting around behind some of these cards, but they weren't the cards that popped out. So yes, there's confusion. There has been confusion. There's been miscommunication. There has been maybe misjudgment, or not really a clear path forward, or clear, really sustenance of goals, clear manifestation of what we've been trying to aim to manifest. And here it feels like success, happiness. Finally, things are moving forward. For some of you, it feels like in a really new direction, because what's happening this month is the Fool. Where are you going to go? You're going to start trying out new things here, doing something new. The Fool is that energy of, where will I take this and what will I do? It's like these inner positive forces that really influence your choices and make you go for things, that really thinking about the consequences. It's kind of, Bilbo running off and saying, I'm going on an adventure. He has no idea what's in store for him. He has no idea where it's going to take him and how it will change him, and why he's doing it. But he's doing it because there's an inner force here that is pushing him to do so. And I think that you guys have had to learn in the wake of, Uranus and Taurus and all the crazy things that have been happening with you guys, that you have to trust that inner force, that inner light, that inner guidance. Sorry, I'm just gonna make sure this is on because I'm cold. But the Fool is that new step forward, and I actually want to pull a couple clarifiers just because you have 2 major arcanas here, and they both surround this 3 of Cups, which is success, it's happiness, it's that fruitfulness within a relationship, it's joy, it's friendships, it's just such wonderful, bountiful, contented outcome, contented, just connection with others, friends, loved ones. It's really, really beautiful in that sense. You could also be just celebrating something, really just looking to have more fun. I think that some of you guys need to take a lighter approach at things, and just, it's almost like what you're manifesting, what you want to come in, it will change. It will come in. Things will end up the way you want them to. But you have to have some fun while you're at it here. Really enjoy where you're at. 9 of Pentacles is also my single happy woman card. She has this energy that just allows you, or shows that you have really gotten to a certain point. Sorry about that. But what I was saying is there's great contentment. I don't know. There's just that air of like earth, queen of earth abundance here, going on here with the three of wands, with the Empress and the Nine of Pentacles. That is some solitary contentment manifesting. You have won some hard-earned peace here. Some hard-earned contentment, security. You might really be looking for also careers, jobs, or a situation where you can spend more time alone and in your own peace and contentment. You're looking for a more sustainable, secure life here, and it feels like it is coming in, especially with that Three of Cups. So I do want to pull a couple clarifiers because I just feel like there is such beautiful abundance. And also to see your own card, because for me as a reader, I see Taurus as the Empress. I see the Hierophant as, you know, different values and such. But I personally, I mean, and yes, sometimes it can be a Taurus in some readings, that is what happens. But for me personally as a reader, the Empress has always been Taurus. And when you get your card upright in a reading, that's an eternal yes. That is a big yes, a big sense of overcoming, a big sense of, you know, nurturing the life that you want, the sustainability, the security, the happiness, all of it, especially creativity in the arts, in your female manifestation. If you're a female or if you are a male Taurus, it's still like this really beautiful, attractive, wonderful place to be in where everything is just, you know, you have manifested in the life that you want. Or you're really sitting in the contentment of it right now. I don't know. It just feels really, like, good. So let's see what that is. Okay. One at a time, please. Let's see how this stuff comes in. What do we need to know about how this Empress, Nine of Pentacles comes... Oh, my gosh. And it's weird how it comes in, isn't it? You knew it was coming in. You've just been impatient for it. And you're going to really know why. Boaz and Joachim. I don't know why I wanted to say that right then. But there's the High Priestess. She, to me, is like that different aspect of, you know, because we have the Empress, which is, you know, Earth Mother, material, real focus. You know, this is real life, material manifestation, things that are happening in the real. She's taking stuff from that internal well that is the High Priestess, that is our inner self, our higher knowledge, that emotional aspect, the keeper of the secrets within us, that deeper realm. And she is taking from that here, taking from these pillars of knowledge, the pillars of light and dark, of what is seen and unseen. And I think a lot of you guys knew this was coming in. And I have to say, I think for a long time, you saw yourself living this life and being this happy and being in this specific type of feeling, no matter where that actually is. And it's like, this is the month where you make it happen. Whether it's reaching out to others, whether it's, you know, having more fun along the way, or just seeking out more enjoyment and less structure in your life. I don't know. It's like Uranus and Taurus is really giving you this sense of, I don't need all the trappings of structure and all this traditional crap here to get me to where I want to go. What I want is different now. And like the happiness, the contentment, the enjoyment, the abundance, I know it can be anywhere. So a lot of you guys, again, I think are focused on travel and on new paths forward that are going to, now that you've reached this point, like, or even if you haven't fully reached this point yet as you're listening to this, adopt that Fool energy and know that, you know, whatever you have been impatient for, whatever it is you've been frustrated with, to start on it right away. Whatever felt like it hasn't been able to start up until now, there are reasons for it. Everything is going to kind of come into place in a way where you'll get it and you'll be celebrating it before you know it. So don't worry, and I just want to keep saying don't worry about this, because I mean, it's right here. You have all this new energy, this big wand right here coming in, this new direction that you can move forward into. This, I mean, the Ace of Wands is like that ultimate brand new energy. For me, it's always like the new wind going in a different direction. Where is it going to take you? You might not know yet, but it's beautiful. It feels like triumph. It feels like the essence of really inspiration, of source energy. So I think whatever direction you want to take this into, whatever you have been maybe frustrated about not being able to take wherever, it just feels like in a general sense your whole life here, you want your life to look different, and this month you're going to start seeing it look different, but you have to kind of take away the stress, the anxiety, the worry, and all the intense, more materialistic, more structured energy around it, and start just having fun and just knowing, you know, what makes me happy is what makes me feel the most content. And a lot of contentment is also going to be within solitude in this journey here. It's very much about your journey here moving forward. I don't know, this is just such a deep reading for just for like a monthly. It's just really beautiful. Like, start a new decade. Just looking at anything else that you guys need to know that'll round this out, but Eight of Wands. Things are happening very quickly. Change is happening. Movement is coming. If you want to move, if you've been trying to make change, if you've been waiting for the communication, waiting for this, waiting for that, it's all coming in this month. So keep your boundaries open. Stay open to the change that's coming in, because it's right here and it looks incredible. And it's coming in very quickly. Communicate to those who you need to communicate with. Find new ways to communicate. Find new paths forward. And if something isn't working and it can never seem to work, it's time to step into that Fool energy and start moving forward, relying on other people that you love, relying on friendships, those that you know, to help bolster you and remind you of really who you are and who you really want to be in your life. When you take out all the other factors, all the other people, what makes you content? What makes you happy? Do you need anybody else to bolster that, or is it just yourself? You know what I'm talking about when I say that. This is a big month of change, so I'm going to pull some clarifiers in terms of oracle cards, just because I think, let's not go on too long with this, because these are supposed to be short readings. It's interesting. I actually want to maybe use this deck. Let's see. Actually, let's start off here with a power deck by Lynn V. Andrews, if you're wondering. Very interesting deck. Never seen it before. But I just love seeing the Empress here. Wow. It's just... she is this really amazing energy that is just pure, just love, joy, devoted, almost like maternal energy. And I feel like that has a lot to do with, you know, the nurturing aspect. You want to nurture the life that you want. You want your career to nurture you back, I think, a lot of you. And you want the lifestyle that you're working towards to nurture you right back. And I feel like that's the breakthrough this month. So Taurus, messages for Taurus. Oh. Wow. Okay, we'll take it. Illumination. Wow. Okay. It's a really interesting deck. Illumination. As darkness comes, the mirrors of your spirit reflect different images. It is the time when when the world changes and your being begins to glow. Reflect on the new vision that has been living on the perimeter of your consciousness. An idea is stalking you and awaits your invitation. And again, I feel like some of you guys have waited so long to move forward on something, or there's been so many reasons not to, and it's like, no, it's been on this, on the edge of your vision. Again, reflect on the new vision that has been living on the perimeter of your consciousness. An idea is stalking you and awaits your invitation, a place within you to begin life. The totality of your creativity comes after you have begun your work on the sacred painting of your life. It is then that the muses of inspiration surround you like eagles and cheer you on to illumination. Take responsibility for your work and your life, and then illumination will follow. I'm sorry I just like combined those words into wife. But anyways, really, wow. Let's pull a Journey to the Goddess Realm Oracle deck message here. Wow. Ooh. Hold on. Let me pull one more, because I kind of pulled her out. I want to see if she'll just pop out on her own. Someone's popping out. I don't know. Oh, it's different, actually. Let me just move this. Now it's too warm. Okay. Bloodeved. Bloodeved? I don't know. I'm going to have to read it in here. I can't feel like I'm not reading this. Bloodeved. Number 8. Let me just find her. Okay. Blood of Wood. Welsh maid, okay, yeah, it's blood Welsh, so that's why I was like, what? Welsh maiden goddess Blodwed's name means flowers, blossoms, and flower face. Beautiful and youthful, Blodwed was made from flowers and herbs to be the wife of King Lulaw Gifts. While her husband was away on business, she met hunter Grono Pebber. The two lovers plotted to kill her husband but failed. Blodeuwedd was turned into an owl and belongs purely to the night. Blodeuwedd quietly makes herself known to you when you are being initiated into a higher level of self-awareness. She cautions you to be discerning with your inner knowingness and higher senses. Trust your hunches and intuition when dealing with people. If you deceive yourself, the world will mirror deception back to you. So this is really a passage from one being to another, and I just feel like you guys are leveling up in some different ways, or becoming different Tauruses, becoming different people, and you need to be very discerning here in terms of who you're allowing in, and again, if you're deceiving yourself about things, it's really ask you to trust your intuition, ask you to really pay attention to that, to actually, your inner knowing, the inkling that you have within you will guide you. Okay, so Tauruses, these are your messages for January 2020. I really hope you enjoyed them. Make sure to check out the dailies. Make sure to check out your yearly reads, definitely, for the year of 2020. Like, please go check those out. The astrology is important this year to know, as well as the cards, I think, came up really, really well. So definitely go check that out, guys. Have a wonderful and blessed rest of January 2020. If you want to book a reading, all that info is below this video in the description box. Have a wonderful and blessed rest of the month, and I'll see you guys in the February readings as well as the dailies. Namaste. Make sure to subscribe, guys.